Now, I'm making this video to kind of talk about music for a second. So, I've been making music since I was 12, and I've been writing to other people's beats, like, excuse me, but I've been writing to other people's beats, um, writing raps and I sing a little bit, whatever. But I also been making beats. FL Studios is a beat making program. I think there's one called Logic. I think there's another one. Okay, and there's two styles of making digital music. Okay, so there's like making the music, there's samples, and then there's both. So like with weed, there's indica, sativa, and a hybrid. Okay, there's like digital music that is, in a sense, you could say organically made, meaning like maybe you handcrafted the sound, uh, or maybe you're just changing whatever, because there's presets that are on FL Studios that are like in some of the plugins. And some of these presets are like preset sounds, where if you click the thing, it makes a certain sound. Okay, presets are fine. There's nothing wrong with using presets, but nothing on FL Studios, in my opinion, no preset is good enough by itself. I either use a 30 band equalizer in a sense, so I can tweak the frequencies of the sound that's being played. And over the years, I've trained my own ears to be able to pick apart the different sounds and frequencies and things like that. Also, I add dimension to the song. I know how to add dimension. There's this thing called XYZ controller, and actually the beat right now is up, but that's the XYZ controller, and that is like a dimension. It's like, imagine you can add your digital song into a digital room in a sense, and you could put one of the instruments in the back of the stage. Like if you're performing on stage, imagine you could put one of the instruments in the back of the stage, but on the top you could put another instrument more up close, but in the front or in the middle or on the side or on the left or on the right. You can add dimension to your song. Um, all of these things I've learned how to do. Now, these are the things that a lot of people have trouble with because there is no real tutorial necessarily on these. I mean, there is, but you have to know what you're looking for. And if you don't know what you're looking for, if you like, how could you look up a tutorial on the XYZ controller if you had no idea what an XYZ controller is? When I first got FL Studios, I was using like FL Studios 7 or 8, right? It wasn't, whatever. Then I got Producer's Edition 11, I think, and then I went in, right? And that's how I learned most of my things. But with this, uh, you're able to add a bunch of effects, right? Now, this is backwards, but you're able to add a bunch of effects. Now, this is FL Studios 20. You're able to add up to 10 different effects on one instrument. And there's 9 effects on that one instrument. Now, with adding effects, you add, a lot of people don't know what a chorus effect is, or a flanger, or, the XYZ controller, or an EQ, or I'm just reading off some of the things that are on here. But, that are just on that. And the reason is a lot of people don't want to give out their secrets. You're not going to hear, I don't know, Dead Mouse or Skrillex, or you're not going to hear these people give out their secrets. You're not going to watch interviews or videos with them saying so and then showing you, because the worry with people is that you're going to steal their shit. So I'm not worried people are going to steal my shit, because I understand that my music is a genuine expression of my own soul, of me. That's why I also like to trip balls when I make my music, but that's just me. But this is my beat right here. So that's a beat. Yeah, and to me, this is like an art. A picture. Like, this is like, if I took a picture of this, I'd look at this like with such beauty. But it's also, music is also a little bit of math, a little bit of, you have to have a little bit of knowledge. If you want to make, like for me, I wanted to make, I guess what you can call psychedelic music, whatever you really want to call it. But only because I wanted to be able to make more music that's me. I'm a psychedelic type of person. So in the past, I would rap and I would sing and I would talk about, how I would smoke a shit ton of weed and do my thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that was because that was who I was before I ever did psychedelics. But now that I'm a completely different man, I've I've been practicing and practicing and practicing with this program, like I said, since I was 12 years old. 12 years old. And then on and off from 12 until like 17. From 12 until 17, I was just playing with it on and off. Just playing with this program on and off. Watching tutorials here and there, but not really. Just playing with the program, learning. Um, and then, and what I was learning is I would maybe open up a plugin and then I would just maybe tweak the sound. So if you opened up a plugin, and then move that, move that, move that, move that, move that, move that, then click it, right? And then you keep tweaking it. And then over years of doing that, right? Years of just fucking with all of these things on this program, I have finally been able to make the sounds I want to make, because I've never really been one to use samples. Now, what I mean is, I use samples as in, I use these type things, okay? So, one, I sample my own voice. I chopped up one of my old songs, and, right here is... That's one of my old songs. So I chopped up one of my old songs, and that is... I use that as, like, samples to go through a lot of my things. I make my own samples sometimes. Now, what you just heard is technically out of a sample pack, but I always add my own effects and other things, because none of these sounds, some of them sound dope. Some of them sound dope, trippy, digital, whatever the fuck. I like to use them, but it's that thing where it's like, some people will sample entire melodies or sample entire things. Now, I've only done that in one beat, but then you make it your own. And that's the point of, it's that hip hop inspiration, because hip hop beats were originally just kind of samples thrown together. That was a hip hop beat originally. Now, over the times of music changing, over the times of, like, now most, rap producers use Fruity Loops or Logic or whatever, but FL Studios, Fruity Loops, is literally, in my opinion, the best program to make music with, because, like, this is this song. I don't know if you guys have heard this song yet, but this song is, like, become my masterpiece. And what I mean is, I use samples as in, you heard that, what, like, that was a sample, but, like, I added the echo, I added the thing, but all the melodies and shit are, like, my own melodies. But I think music is about really expression, because some people make music to make money, which I think it takes the soul out of the music. Like, you can feel soul in music, and I think that really does matter. That music is like an expression for me. It's my therapist. Like, I get to express my feelings into music. I don't know. You play the right notes. You could play the right thing to create the right whatever. You could tweak the frequencies to be on the right frequency to, like, I don't know. Like, but, like, this whole shit is this beautiful. Like, that's in it. Add a little bit of that in it. Put them together. Like, I don't know. So what I kind of want to do over time is make more videos about this, but I'm going to start making tutorials on like I'm basically gonna work with new beats. So I'll like like start a beat for the video, and then in a sense kind of go over how I make it with this program, and then go from there. Because I am different because I don't have a keyboard. I have no MIDI pads. I generally right now, all I have is that mouse, okay, and my touchscreen computer. I don't even have a keyboard, like an actual keyboard. I use this touchscreen keyboard. So the way I make beats is I'm laying it down with the mouse, and it's a lot more complicated than whatever. But I think the problem with music nowadays is with more because I also use kind of basic stock plugins as well. Like most of the instruments I use all the time are basic stock plugins because I've never paid for any plugins or whatever. But I've been working with Fruity Loops since before there was plugins, since before there was anything. And that's kind of how I learned. And this is just the way I do it. So I kind of, the way that all the other tutorials are out there are kind of like the typical tutorial or the typical way to make music. But I think that this is, you have to figure out your own thing. And that's what I've done. But I guess I'm making this video because I think that the hard way is always the better way. That you will learn more. You'll be able to make the music you want to make more if you try to steer away from samples until you've already learned how to tweak your own sounds. And try to make the sounds you want. Because without certain plugins, people be like, oh, you can't make this sound, or you can't make that sound, or you can't do this, or you can't do that. No, you can. It's just more complicated with Fruity Loops because there's 12 slots for effects, and you could layer 12 effects, 10 effects on one. But then sometimes in the plugins, they have effects as well, and you can tweak the sound and tweak the frequencies and do what you want to make it the sound you want. Because the whole thing with my album, Psychedelics and Computers, every song on the album has that vibe to it. Like I wanted it to have the album have like a whole theme connection where it's like the whole thing sounds like Psychedelics and Computers. Like this is what happens when you mix psychedelics and computers. And so like for me, this is just my life, right? I love this shit. But yeah, music is my life, for real. That was my first tattoo. It's right here. It says, music is my life. It's hard to read. Music is my life. But it's some real shit. And I think if more people found out how to do this, they'd probably love to do this shit, right? That's why a lot of people start with samples because they want to, make music. But what I'm saying is because I'm going to start making samples and selling samples and shit. But I think it would be best for people to make their own sound and learn how to do it. And I'll teach you how to do it. Like I'm going to make videos and I'm going to make videos about frequencies and make videos about, all these certain things because these are, in a sense, secrets that I have discovered that I just want to blab my mouth about, bro. Like, I just want to tell everybody everything I know. Swear to God. So, like, I learned how to do this. And it took me years. But I might be able to make a couple videos where somebody can learn what I learned in 15 years. Somebody can learn in just, 3 videos. So, yeah. Because for me, it's not just about making music. It's about this. Like, I want to help people learn the things I know. Like, some of the things I know, people would probably love to know. People would probably love to learn how to do this. People would probably love to learn how to, I handcrafted the bass. And, some of these sounds, like I said, were a sample that I used, but then I tweaked the frequencies to my own frequencies. Because I don't like the frequencies of most of the sounds. Like, that's why I add almost every instrument into an equalizer, so then I can handcraft the frequencies myself, because like I said, over the years I've just trained my ears to hear certain frequencies. And I said in the past video that literally, if you just put up a 30 band frequency equalizer, I can literally make a beat on silent. Like, I'll make a beat without the volume on, and I could just add things in to the mixing board and then read the frequencies to see what's playing. Because, like, this is a graph, and, like, and you can read what frequencies are playing. Now, I handcraft it to be a little more shaped with the thing, but sometimes it's just some of the frequencies are a little just too much, and some of them interfere with the other instruments. And I've learned how to, like, match different instruments with different frequencies so they blend better together. And, like, some people are always looking for sounds that sound good together, right? And they're like, it takes them forever to find sounds that all sound good together. But if you know how to tweak the frequencies, you can make every instrument sound good together. Like, really, it doesn't matter, because you could just tweak the frequencies, add compression, add effects, add this, add that, add reverb, add dimension, add whatever, and you can, I don't know, the possibilities are endless. And you know that the weird thing for me is so many people avoid mixing and mastering, right? But I learned mixing and mastering before I ever learned how to make a beat. I was mixing and mastering vocals for people when I had my own studio and used to record people's music. So, like, it was this thing that's one of my favorite parts, is being able to mix and master. Like, the whole thing is my favorite thing to do with life. Like, sit down, do a dab, smoke some weed, maybe take some LSD, and sit down and make some fucking music. And, like, now, I like to get the projects out, when I'm just maybe dabbing, but I honestly prefer to mix and master when I'm tripping. But that's my secret in a sense, and a lot of people wouldn't be able to do it because it's hard to manage. But because I have 15 years of experience with mixing and mastering in this program and whatever, that it's just the sounds, I now know how to master better while I'm tripping. That's why the sounds are a lot more crisp and a lot more, for lack of a better word, trippy, because I wanted it that way. I now know how to make, like this beat right here. DMT Infinity was telling me, he was like, this part kind of sounds tribal. But I get it, because I was tripping balls, and that the reason why tribal music sounds tribal is for the same reason why this shit sounds tribal, because the music was inspired by, the direct experience with it. And it is an actual combination of psychedelics and computers, because I'm not one that's against computers. I genuinely love technology, because Fruity Loops is, a computer is how we get all this out. Everyone's so against technology, but, like, technology is the reason why I'm able to talk to you, the reason why you're able to watch this video, the reason why I'm able to make music, because I don't know how to play an instrument. I don't know music theory. I don't know what notes I'm playing. All I know is frequencies and what sounds good and how to use this program. Like, I don't know how to... It's crazy. And when I tell people that, they're like, yo, that's mind-blowing, bro. And apparently I did learn music theory just by fucking with this program for years. But, meaning, like, I know how to... layer notes together to make it sound good. I know, but it's just over years. Layer 3 notes together, and if one of them doesn't sound right, then move it up or down, and eventually you'll get it to sound right. And that's kind of how I learned, by trial and error and just fucking with the program. I didn't learn traditionally or whatever, but not learning traditionally has allowed me to make my own style of music. Like, my music is so me that it's hard to put in a genre. Like, I don't know what genre the music is or the album is, besides psychedelic something. But yeah. But figured I'd make this video before I have to go to work. I gotta go to work soon. So thank you guys for watching. But yeah, if you want to learn how to make music with your life or whatever, you know, get Fruity Loops. I'm not fucking advertised by them, or I'm not whatever, but the program generally changed my fucking life. Like, it saved my life. People don't understand that music has saved me from so many times where I didn't want to be here anymore. So many times I didn't want to whatever. It's generally my therapist and helps me express myself and help me say things that I would never be able to say in words, because the music says it for me. I don't know. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.